Good morning. Welcome to Tribune News on Q, your go-to morning news source, only here at the Daily Tribune. We're live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Daily Tribune PH on YouTube, and the Daily Tribune Official on TikTok. For today's headlines. Arsenio Balisacan warned inflation could reach 14.3% and growth may slow if global oil prices keep rising. The Philippines is confronting its 2026 energy emergency under Ferdinand Marcos Jr., drawing comparison to the 1973 oil crisis during his father's presidency. Ferdinand Marcos Jr. signed a law suspending fuel excise taxes to help lower pump prices and cushion consumers from volatile global oil costs. Transport cooperatives and corporations are seeking a temporary freeze on payments for modernized vehicles, starting a financial crisis that has left many operators struggling to pay their loans. For international news, Iran denied holding talks with the U.S. despite Donald Trump signaling possible diplomatic progress. Ferdinand Marcos Jr. said ferry operations will not raise fares during Holy Week, despite rising fuel costs driven by Middle East tensions. The Pinoy Big Brother Kapamilya Big Four now face real-world pressure to prove themselves after life inside the house. College of St. Benilde Lady Blazers Webb University of Perpetual Help System Delta Lady Atlas to reach their fifth straight finals in the NCAA Season 101 Women's Volleyball Tournament. Today is the 26th of March 2026, Thursday, and I'm Eliana Lacap, bringing you today's top stories. Let's kick things off with today's weather. Today, the easterlies will bring cloudy skies with scattered rains across parts of the country. Northern Mindanao, Davao Region, Caraga, Socsargen, Lanao del Sur, and Maguindanao will experience thunderstorms with possible flash floods or landslides. Metro Manila and other areas will have partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers or thunderstorms, also with potential flash floods or landslides during severe storms. Light to moderate winds will prevail nationwide with coastal waters slight to moderate. Now for a traffic update. Light traffic is reported at Balintawak Toll Plaza, Mindanao Toll Plaza, Bukawi Toll Plaza, and San Fernando northbound and southbound lanes. All other areas of NLEX, SATEX, and NLEX connector, including toll plazas and interchanges, also report light traffic. Now let's move on to this morning's headlines. NEDA Secretary Arsenio Balisacan warned inflation could reach as high as 14.3% if global oil prices continue to rise, sharply affecting Filipinos' purchasing power and welfare. In a worst-case scenario, inflation may hit 7.4 to 8.9% this month and rise further next month, while fuel prices could more than double. Economic growth may slow up to 1.95 percentage points due to weaker consumption and remittances. Even under milder scenarios, inflation could exceed government targets, highlighting risks from prolonged oil shocks. Now, Ferdinand Marcos Jr. and his father, Ferdinand Marcos Sr., confronted global oil shocks more than 5 decades apart, highlighting evolving strategies in the Philippines' energy security. In 1973, Marcos Sr. created the Philippine National Oil Company and invested in nuclear energy to cut reliance on imports. Marcos Jr.'s 2026 response focuses on rapid supply stabilization amid Middle East tensions, declaring a national energy emergency, enforcing anti-hoarding measures, and providing targeted transport and fuel assistance. Both crises show the country's continued dependence on imported fossil fuels. Now, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. signed a law allowing temporary suspension of excise taxes on fuel to ease pump prices amid volatile global oil markets. The measure, valid until December 31st of 2028, can be triggered if Dubai crude hits $80 per barrel for a month or during emergencies, lasting up to 6 months and extendable with Congress approval. The government maintains a 45-day fuel buffer, explores alternative suppliers, and released 20 billion pesos from the Malampaya Gas Fund under the Emergency Energy Security Program executed by the Philippine National Oil Company. Now, transport cooperatives and corporations are asking President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. to temporarily suspend monthly loan payments for modernized jeepneys and buses amid a financial crunch, with some operators paying up to 300% more than their income. The request covers around 12,000 units as diesel prices surged from 58 pesos to over 84 pesos per liter. The LTFRB, Development Bank of the Philippines, and Land Bank are reviewing options, including a 3 to 6 month grace period or income-adjusted installments, while the DSWD considers raising subsidies for operators. For international news, Iran's ambassador to Pakistan, Reza Amiri Moghadam, clarified Wednesday that no direct or indirect negotiations have occurred between Tehran and Washington, contradicting U.S. President Donald Trump's claims of tentative progress. Trump had said Iran offered a quote very big present concerning the Strait of Hormuz, boosting his confidence in diplomatic efforts. Tehran dismissed this, noting that consultations by friendly countries are normal, but no formal U.S.-Iran talks have taken place. The conflict continues to disrupt global oil flows through the strategic strait. In business, ferry operations have pledged not to raise fares this Holy Week, despite soaring fuel costs from the Middle East conflict, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. told Bloomberg on Wednesday. The Maritime Industry Authority noted shipping lines can technically increase fares up to 20% under Advisory Number 2026-10, as the sector isn't covered by Marcos's no fare increase directive. Marina assured continued operations with possible trip consolidations or schedule adjustments, and announced fee waivers and discounts to help operators cope during the crisis. Meanwhile, in entertainment, the Pinoy Big Brother Big Night may be over, but the Kapamilya Big Four, the real challenge begins, proving themselves beyond the house. Fourth big placer Miguel Vergara wants fans to see him as Miguel beyond past roles. Third big placer Joaquin Arcef values small lessons, while second placer Crystal Mejes feels overwhelmed by post-show reality. For big winner Lela Ford, expectations rise as she strives to succeed on her own merit despite a famous family. Through it all, the Big Four's bond remains a steady support amid industry pressures. In sports, College of St. Benilde swept University of Perpetual Hope to secure its fifth straight finals appearance in NCAA Season 101 women's volleyball at San Andres Gym. Rookie Cam Bartolome led the Lady Blazers with a career-high 22 points from 16 attacks, 3 blocks, and 3 aces. In other Final Four matches, San Beda forced a sudden death in Game 3 against Latran, with Janelle Bacar scoring 15 points and Angel Habacon adding 12 to snap Latran's 15-game win streak. Now a quick look at today's horoscope. Today calls for family connection and preparation, Aries. You'll spend quality time with loved ones and appreciate your blessings. Some changes may arise, so plan ahead. Good news from family lifts your spirits, and health and financial matters are in your favor. Love life may not go exactly as expected, so approach relationships with patience and understanding. Now, Katribu, did you know that on March 26, 1997, authorities discovered 39 members of the Heaven's Gate cult dead in a mansion in Rancho Santa Fe, California? Led by Marshall Applewhite and Bonnie Lou Nettles, the cult believed that human bodies were mere containers and that suicide would allow them to board an alien spacecraft hidden behind the Hale-Bopp comet. Dressed in matching dark clothes and Nike sneakers, the men and women had no signs of trauma. This mass suicide marked one of the most shocking intersections of religious belief and extraterrestrial obsession in modern history. Now, this morning's viral comes from a TikTok video by user Eugene Taguro that has racked up 915,000 views, capturing a situation many of us can relate to. In the clip, he hilariously depicts the struggle of riding a crowded jeepney, thinking you can still find a seat, but in reality, you really cannot. Netizens flooded the comments with relatable reactions, one joking, magsa-selfie pa yan para kung wari komportable yung pwesto niya. While another quipped, mapapasana bumaba na agad ka talaga, among many other funny takes. And that's all for now, mga katribu. Join us again at 1 o'clock p.m. for more updates. This has been Eliana Lacap for Tribune News on Q.